Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Speak Anyway Live. Hold on to your butts because this one is going to get a little intense. I've been thinking about it all day long. Well, I've been thinking about it for years. It's time to do a live because who knows what I might say, even though it's a live all about being very careful about what you might say. This morning, I was listening to a Facebook Live, StreamYard Live. He's on a lot of different platforms all at once. From one of my favorite authors, speakers, sales gurus. I've been a fan of his for almost 20 years. I've got his books. I've subscribed to his newsletter. His sales advice is fantastic. I've always enjoyed his attitude. He's a good guy. This morning, as he has on many other mornings, it was not the first time. It's not an outlying situation. He once again brought up mask wearers where he lives. Now, he doesn't believe in wearing masks, which is fine. He's a little bit of a COVID denier, talking about how it really doesn't affect a lot of people, which is fine. However, he again chose to deride the people who choose to wear masks, talking about how they're lemmings, encouraging us to disagree with him in the comments because we are completely, we have the complete right to our wrong opinion. And when I say we, I don't necessarily mean me, because I'm not expressing my opinion tonight on masks. Doesn't matter what I think about masks. Doesn't matter what you think about masks. This is about how we communicate it. See, this guy is so big that he doesn't matter if he ticks off some people. If some people stop buying his books, if some people stop listening to his live, if people go away, he doesn't care. He won't even notice. So that's fine. I'm pretty much done. I have trouble following someone, admiring someone who wants to minimize a portion of the people who look up to him. Why would you deride people? Why would you make fun of people? Why would you minimize people? Why would you mock people who are in your tribe? Now, he might say, I don't want them in my tribe. If they're dumb enough to think that, why would I want them following me? I wouldn't put it past him. It's right up there with his attitude and part of what I used to like about him. Okay, that's fine. Like I said, he's big enough to handle it. But what about you and me? What about how we communicate how we feel? And how are we going to live with it? See, everything we communicate has consequences. And there's nothing wrong with coming on Facebook and saying, you really should wear a mask. And there's nothing wrong with saying, you really don't need to wear a mask. I don't believe wearing a mask is important. Just like there's nothing wrong with coming on Facebook and saying, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ and my eternal salvation by expressing my belief in Jesus Christ. Just like there's nothing wrong with coming on and saying, I don't believe in a God. I believe religion is just made up. I think it's the spaghetti monster in the sky. Okay, but both of those things that I said in both of those instances were neutral. They were neutral in the fact that they were my opinion, or the stated opinion I was trying to make, without being tainted with, and if you believe otherwise, this is how I feel about you. If you disagree with me, you're a blankety blank blank. That's the communication that seems to be rampant on Facebook, on Twitter, in the world these days. It's not just, I can express my opinion. It's, I'm going to express my opinion and then tell you what I think of you if you disagree with my opinion. Now, if you want to state your opinion and you want to disagree with other people, that's fine too. you will have consequences. You may not be as big as this guy. You may lose a lot of friends that you may actually notice. You might lose customers that you might actually notice. And maybe you care and maybe you don't. But think about it before you do it. Consider the consequences of what you're saying, how you're saying it, where you're saying it, to whom you're saying it to. I try to use Facebook as neutrally as possible. I talk about speaking, I talk about motivation, I talk about my family, I talk about Star Trek, I talk about movies. I don't tend to talk about religion. I don't tend to talk about politics. I have in the past. I try not to go there. I try not to get involved in other people's discussions because it doesn't necessarily lead to an outcome that I'm going to want. You might be different. Your use of social media and Facebook and communication in general may be totally different than mine. I am speaking to those of you who want to be better communicators, people who want to be mindful of what they're saying so that they perhaps raise their credibility, they increase the opportunity for actual discussion. Are you more likely to talk to somebody peacefully who simply states their opinion and invites commentary, or someone who states their opinion and then minimizes you, mocks you? Well, you might get in a conversation with them, but I guarantee it probably is not going to be a great conversation. Be mindful of what you're saying and how you're saying it, who you're saying it to. Be mindful of the consequences that it will have on you personally, on your business. A lot of you are here wanting to become more of a speaker, wanting to get out there, wanting to be a marketer, wanting to be an entrepreneur. Some of y'all, you're just sitting at home and you're just family people and you got a regular old job, and that's fine and that's cool, and you don't care what you're saying. Okay, this video, not for you, and that's fine. And you are totally, you can have your opinion. Every one of you can have your opinion. I'm not telling anybody not to have their opinion. I'm not even telling the guy I talked to this morning that he shouldn't be the way he is. As much as I'm saying I'm shocked that he's that way. That a sales guru, a customer service guru to a point, would put it out there in such a way as to not potentially offend, but definitively offend a segment of his audience. Because eventually a segment will turn into another segment, and those segments will build on each other. Again, he probably won't notice. How many segments do you have in your audience? How many friends can you afford to tick off? How many customers are you willing to lose? If the answer is all of them, if you've got a hill you want to die on, okay. Just go into it with awareness, with intention, and know that you'll have consequences. Why not take a look at what you're saying, how you're saying it? Perhaps encourage dialogue, or maybe just focus what you're saying on the outcomes you want. Do you want to get into a fight over some war somewhere? Do you want to get in a fight over the political candidates? Or do you want to talk to people about your keynote speech? Do you want to talk to people about being a better communicator? Do you want to talk to people about the new restaurant you opened up? Do you want to talk to people about the fantastic new method you have for staying organized? Do you want to talk to people about having better fitness? Having a better diet? Why not focus on those? And build your segments instead of creating division within your audience. Speak anyway. I agree. Just be careful. Talk to you tomorrow. I'm not sure about what, but it probably won't be quite this intense. Thanks for listening. Share this if you'd like. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love to get some more subscribers. so that I can share this and many other videos with you over the next coming, I don't know, millennia. Unless I've offended you and you're leaving. Have a great day.